Welcome back, mamas. Y'all, I am excited because today we get to talk about positivity. We are talking about the power of positivity in your life. And no matter what you're facing, no matter what you're going through, positivity is something that you can bring into your day. I'm going to give you multiple things that you can do to bring this into your day, simple things that you can do that will bring you more joy, more of what you want into your life. So let's get to it. Do you wish you had control of your days, that you had a rhythm, but instead feel overwhelmed, scattered, and like there's never enough time? You're in the right place. I'm Danielle, a recovering workaholic, wife, and stay-at-home mom of 2 girls. I've learned how to reclaim my time and find purpose and freedom so I can be present with my kids and feel like myself again. Here, we embrace where we are, but we don't stay there. So if you're ready to trade the chaos for clarity, the guilt for grace, and the endless to-do list for aligned flow, grab the kiddos a snack and toss in that laundry because I know you're multitasking, and let's do this because your time, your purpose, and you matter. Okay, mamas, so positivity. This is something that I absolutely love. It's something that I have always been one of those glass half full kind of people. Someone who is always searching for more knowledge, for more ways to make myself better. And positivity is something that we get to choose, right? Like this is something that we get to choose because you don't always feel positive. Like I know this. Even though I am a super positive person, it's not like I wake up every single day and am just so happy all of the time, even though that's maybe what it looks like on the outside. I work at this. This is something where I make sure that I am having a positive outlook on things. It's the way I'm programmed now, but it wasn't always this easy. I want to feel a certain way. And so I do things to make that happen in my life, right? I want to bring joy to others as well. And this is one of the reasons that I do what I do now, right? To help bring you joy, to help get you what you want in your life. And this isn't something where I think everything is all roses and balloons and these like things that you may think that people like me always think of. That is not true. I understand the importance of what's going on in our world, and I understand that not everything is positive, right? I am not about like taking a rose-colored glass on everything and pretending that things are always going well and going great. I do like to look at reality. I am a realist. However, I know that focusing on certain things in your life, focusing on certain things in your day, especially things that you cannot control, does not do you or anyone else any good. And you can sit there and fixate on whatever you want to. And so why not fixate on things that bring you joy, on things that bring this world more joy, on things that bring happiness into this world, because we need this so much, even more now than ever. And there are so many ways that you can do this in your life. So I'm going to start with a quote, and this is from Joyce Meyer. And Joyce Meyer says, "A positive attitude gives you power over your circumstances instead of your circumstances having power over you." This is what I truly believe in my heart of hearts, that a positive attitude can give you power over your circumstances. If you do not have that, though, your circumstances can have a power over you. And we get to choose this. This may not be something that can come super easy for everyone. And like I said, I have been working and studying this for years. But this is something that I know that each and every person can do better at and can become better at and can find things that bring them joy in their day. So on Tuesday, if you did not listen to the episode, go back and listen. I talked all about affirmations, and that is a beautiful way that you can reprogram your brain. Even if your brain is wired towards negativity, this will reprogram your brain into channeling positive things and things that you want in your life versus things that you don't want in your life. Things that you don't want to think about, right? Like we should not be fixating and thinking about things that we do not want, ways that we do not want to be, ways that we do not want to be, like a bad mother or a bad wife or a bad friend, or, these thoughts that we have about ourselves, we can change. But one of the key things to changing that is to think about what you actually do want instead of fixating on where you feel like you're a failure or where you feel like you're behind or what you feel like you're lacking. Focusing on what you do have and on where you want to go and what you want to do with your life and how you want to be. Those are the things that are going to bring you joy. Those are the things that are going to lift your spirits. Those are going to bring you to become this person that you want to be, to become a better person, to become the best version of yourself, not to become like anyone else, right? But to figure out what those things are for you that are important to you, the things that you want to become, the things that you're striving for in your life, and then working towards that. And affirmations is an amazing way to do that. We talked all about it on Tuesday, so please go listen to that episode. Another way that you can bring positivity into your life is through gratitude, being thankful and grateful for things that you already have in your life. And we can tend to think that maybe we don't have that much to be grateful for. We can get into a pity party, if you will, for ourselves, thinking that we're lacking so many things. But if we really take the time to sit there and not just be thankful for things, but to actually reflect on that thankfulness and to pull that in and actually feel the emotions of being grateful for things in your life, you will be shocked at the impact that has on you. One of the things that helped me to do this is volunteering at places where, there may be people who, if you volunteer at a food kitchen or a food bank, or if you volunteer at like a homeless shelter or somewhere where you are getting to experience people who don't have as much as you, right? You're not happy that they do not have as much as you. However, you are grateful, number one, that you have what you do have, right? You might be feeling lack and you can see that you are not lacking, right? That you have it so much better than a lot of other people. But not only that, you will then see how grateful these people who do not have some of the basic needs that we need to survive in this life, and how happy or how grateful and how blessed they feel. It is amazing. Almost every single time that you do that, you will feel the gratefulness in your heart that those people have given to you. You will feel grateful that you got to experience them and everything about them, and not just serving them food, right? You will get to experience them as a person, and that is when it has the greatest impact on you. Something else that you can do. So if you do a practice of gratefulness and gratitude, and this, you may not have the opportunity, right, to go out and serve in your community, but you can just sit in your bed at night and think about 3 to 5 things that you are grateful for that day. 3 to 5 things that you are grateful for. The reason I like to do this at night before you go to bed is, number one, usually that's the time where you can take some time for yourself. But number two, you go to bed with this grateful heart. You sleep better. You are able to get to sleep quicker There are so many reasons why doing this practice in the evening, also for if you're anything like me and have like ADHD brain, if you wait till tomorrow morning, you may not be able to remember what happened yesterday. A lot of times that happens to me, but if you do it in the night before you go to bed, you will be able to remember things that happened to you that day. And if you can't come up with anything that you're grateful for, I have this everyday gratitude book. It has all kinds of quotes and everything in it because I love my quotes, but there's also gratefulness practices like throughout the book. And one says, honoring your hands. Notice your hands and fingers and think of the strength and tenderness and initiative they hold. Think of all the extraordinary things they do for you. Pause to offer them appreciation at various active moments throughout your day. Notice how much they help facilitate what you love in life. Treat them gratefully, right? So, this is talking about being appreciative or grateful for our hands. Something as simple as having all of our fingers and our thumb, right? Like all of your extremities and being able to use those to help you do things during the day. And maybe if you take the time to sit there and actually feel this gratefulness for them, then you will notice them throughout the day and it will help you appreciate them. Once you start appreciating things in your life, you start to appreciate more. You attract what you are thinking about. And so you are attracting gratefulness into your life. You're able to be more thankful throughout the day when you're doing this practice at night. One other one I wanted to read is The Miracle of Breath. Practice pausing throughout the day to breathe deeply, slowly, all the way out and all the way in. So we've talked about this practice before too, and how taking a deep breath can reset you. But this is another way that you can actually practice being grateful that you have breath in your lungs. It says, notice how your breathing takes care of itself, constantly moving itself through you about 23,000 times per day. So you breathe 23,000 times per day, keeping you alive and vital. Commit to not taking this miracle for granted. So, breath and your hands, like these are things we can all be grateful for. And when you sit there and you think about it on that small of a level, it brings this level of gratefulness, this positivity to you that you can then carry throughout your day. And like I said, it's an attraction. When you are outflowing gratefulness, then you tend to inflow. It is this law of giving and receiving that we've talked about before. Also, I love the law of giving and receiving, and it's all about what you put out, you will then get back. And so putting out this positivity into the world, you will then get it back, right? I want to read my absolute favorite poem by Charles Swindoll because I think that this is it's literally the thing that has kept me going. I've had it on ever since I got it. I got it when I was in high school, and I have kept it at every desk I've had at work, every desk I've had at home. I absolutely live by this message and I love reading it. And so I'm going to read it to you now. And it's the poem called Attitude by Charles Swindoll. And it says, the longer I live, the more I realize the impact of attitude on life. Attitude, to me, is more important than facts. It is more important than the past, than education, than money, than circumstances, than failures, than successes, than what other people think, say, or do. It is more important than appearance, giftedness, or skill. It will make or break a company, a church, a home. The remarkable thing is that we have a choice every day regarding the attitude we embrace for the day. We cannot change our past. We cannot change the fact that people will act in a certain way. We cannot change the inevitable. The only thing we can do is play on the one string we have, and that is our attitude. I am convinced that life is 10% what happens to me and 90% how I react to it. And so it is with you. We are in charge of our attitudes. Y'all, this, like I said, is a poem that I read all of the time, and I have taken it to heart that life is 10% what happens to you and 90% how you react to it. Again, back to the Joyce Meyer quote about the circumstances and how we have a positive attitude can change everything. This is saying that no matter what happens to you, the attitude that you take towards it is what's going to make or break you, right? It can make or break a home, a church, a school. It can make or break every single thing in life, the attitude that we take towards it. And we can have an attitude of joy, of positivity. We can choose that no matter what we're going through. Even in my lowest days, I made the choice to keep going. I made the choice to get out of bed. It wasn't easy. It wasn't always easy. I'm not saying that choosing this attitude that you want to have is always easy. You may not feel like doing it, but this is something that we want to model for our children, right? That no matter what happens to us, and there's a lot of things that happen to us during our day as a mom, right? A lot of things can go wrong. A lot of things can go not as planned, but we have the choice to decide how we are going to react to those things and what we are going to do with them. And even when we make poor choices, even when we do things that we didn't want to do or were out of character for us, or we are having a bad day, or whatever the choice is that we made that was a poor one, right? We can change how we react to that and what we do with that moving forward and how we deal with it. And we can decide to, beat ourselves up about it or to fixate on certain things that are going wrong. And there's a lot I know that is going wrong in our world these days, but we don't have to sit there and think about it all the time. It is something where you can choose what is going on in your world, what is going on in your life, and how you want to bring that into it, right? If you want to sit there and say, okay, I've been making these poor choices, or, this is going on in the world and I can't seem to get over it. If you want to feel that way or to fixate on certain things, that is your choice, right? That is your choice, but you know that it is going to be something where, as long as you have this information, and long as you're armed with the fact that it's 90% how you react to it, then you can decide, okay, I'm not necessarily turning a blind eye to that, or I'm not going to take that and just shove it under the rug, right? I am going to learn from it. I am going to act in a certain way, maybe because of it, but I am not going to let that control the way that I live my life, the way that I'm living my day, the way that I want to move forward in this world. I'm not going to let outside circumstances, or even the way that I have reacted poorly, or the things that I've been doing that I'm not proud of, right? I'm not going to let that affect me today. Starting now, I'm going to be better. I'm going to do better. I want more for myself. And I am going to choose to have a positive attitude and say, I deserve that. I am worthy of that. I want that. And so I am going to get that. And that is what I want for you. That is what I want for you. I want you to have what it is that you want, to be the mom that you want to be the person that you want to be fulfilled and to be happy. And a lot of this is determined by your attitude towards your life, okay? And so that is something that you get to control, and you get to, I've given you a couple of ways. If you did not hear the episodes, I will link them all in the show notes. We have talked about this in depth, little things that you can do over the summer to bring more joy into your summer. We are going to talk more about things in the future. That's what I am all about, is mindset, right? I believe that mindset is so important. It's integral in every single thing that we do. And I encourage you to think about that as well, and to think about what it is that you want, and to fixate on that, right? That's what we want to fixate on. We want to fixate on where we want to go, not where we've been, not what's happened in the past, right? Like what we want in the future, right? And what we want for ourselves and for our families and for our homes and all of those things. And so I can help you with this. I can help you get clear on what it is that you want, because I know if you're anything like me, you knew you wanted more, but you don't necessarily know what that looks like or how to get there or where to even start. I was so lost. I had been so defined by what I used to want or what I used to think was success or what I used to, value. And it was not the same anymore, but I really didn't know how to start to figure out how to get out of that. And so I figured it out along the way, right? But it took me a while. And I want to help you to do that for your life in this season. When I say this season, I don't mean the summer. I mean whatever season you're in your life, because it is just a season. When you have kids that are growing up, there's seasons, right? They go through lots of different stages, and you have to be present in different ways for those different stages. And so this is all new. It was all new to me. It could all be new to you. And I want to help you navigate that with the Prioritize Your Purpose coaching and really work with not only your heart, but also with your mindset and with everything that goes into who you want to be. And so we're doing that in the Prioritize Your Purpose coaching. You can get all the details on prioritizewithpurpose.com. prioritizewithpurpose.com/coaching will take you right there. But go sign up for my newsletter, join our Facebook community where you can get in touch with other moms. I am in there, always there to support you. You can get encouragement, join us there, or go and sign up for a session with me in the Prioritize Your Purpose coaching. I would love to see you there as well. And I wanted to end with this one quote that says, it's Hazrat Inayat Khan. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly at all. Hazrat Inayat Khan says, some people look for a beautiful place. Others make a place beautiful. And I just want to say that no matter where you are, we can look for these positive things, these beautiful things that are already in our life, whether it is affirmations or looking for things to be grateful for throughout your day, or just smiling more. You can smile more. You will be amazed at what just putting a smile on your face and smiling at another human will do. They will smile back at you, and how that releases chemicals in your brain, and it will be amazing. Just smiling more is something that you can absolutely do that will bring more positivity into your life. And so what can you do to make where you are right now a more positive place to be? So I want to challenge you to do something today that takes a step in that direction. I would love to hear about it. If you're in the Facebook group, please share with us there. If not, do something, post it on social media, tag me, or send me an email. Let me know what you are going to do to bring more positivity, or what you have done to bring more positivity into your day. I would love to hear it, and I will be back with you next week. I hope you enjoyed today's episode, Mama. If so, please leave a review on Apple Podcasts, and then hit share and send this to a mom who needs this in her day. I'll meet you right back here next week. Keep smiling, y'all.